Hey guys, Coach Life here again, with some more oxygen not included. Armageddon, Volcanea. Yesterday was a bit of a disaster, so I've come up with a plan, and this is the plan. Firstly, all the gases in here are going to be recycled. So natural gas can be filtered out, oxygen's going to be sent back in, and anything else, chlorine included, is going to be pumped out into space. My liquid chlorine is going to come around this loop into the gaseous, into the gas grass, and we'll just tidy that up, into the gas grass, and then it's going to be pumped in a circle and recycled, and it's going to be recycled round here through this tank here, through this tiny bit of radiant pipe, which is in the which is minus 102, which we might just about get away with. I might have to tweak it if it starts breaking, but yeah, it's going to come through this pipe, and it's going to that's just going to add a bit more chill to it each time to keep it chilled. I'm getting rid of this aluminium heatsink. Didn't work, so yeah, bit of a disaster. Well, not a disaster, it's just a failure. Didn't work, so waste of aluminium otherwise. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I actually recorded this already once, but for some reason it didn't record, so I recorded it while I was plumbing it all in. Now I've got to talk you through it again. Right, down here, carbon dioxide vent, pump, seal it in, couple of aluminium tiles to take the heat from there to evaporate the minus 55 carbon dioxide. Run that into this ventilation pipe. This ventilation pipe is going to go through two filters. One is going to take the chlorine out, put the chlorine back in there. One is going to take the oxygen out, pump that into there. And then it's going to go on to our other system here, which is going to take out the natural gas, send that into a natural gas storage, and send every other gas down here, which is basically going to be the remaining carbon dioxide. This is gonna be got rid of. I think there's 150 kilos of carbon dioxide, chlorine in there. That chlorine is being sent up into here to be condensed, ready to feed our gas grass for the Gassy Moos. Carbon dioxide is going to come on and come down here and feed the slicksters, and that's that. So that's what we're building at the moment. Plenty for them to be getting on with. We can speed that up, get that done. Did have a printing pod, took joya seeds, because joya seeds are great, good plant. Don't know how we've got that there, but I'm going to dig it up. What is it? Just sand? Yep. Milligrams of sand, apparently. Apparently that's all it takes to make a tile these days. Whatever. This obviously is geared up ready for when we do our regolith melter, but we have obviously a significant way to go here. Oh, we have some polluted oxygen, do we? Right. That's a bit unfortunate. I suppose it's to be expected with all the polluted water down there. I thought it was covered, so... Right, well that's an easy fix, because it is actually between these blocks. So what we can do, because it has a tendency to stay at the top above the steam, we can just build some blocks on it, and then deconstruct those blocks, and that will destroy most of that. Not important, not a rush. We'll just wait to see whenever it gets done. How are we doing Paku now? We have lots of Paku. We have 28, 29 odd in there. We have 8 in here. Eggs wise, none. They're all grumpy and overcrowded. Doesn't matter, because we've got some over here that, well, do we have any algae left? Probably not. Yep, we're out of algae as well, so they're on starvation farming now. Not a big issue. I expected it to happen. You can farm you can take algae from the planets, but what I find is if the shipping rail gets too hot, it just turns to dirt. It creates dirt tiles on the shipping rails, and then that's it. You don't get any algae out of it, so I don't actually bother with that anymore. Right, well, we're getting a lot of debris down there. That's not opening. We probably had some meteors come through, and they've just piled up down there. Not to worry, not a big issue. Right, is this one still going? Is that sending a red signal? Well, let's get that one launched then. These ones are still going. Yep. Destination beyond reach. Do we not have... Oh, we're still waiting for some oxalite. What's going on with the oxalite? Yeah, it's just a bit slow on the production. The trouble is when you're running a lot of rockets on oxalite, which we got, what, 2, that one occasionally, it does run down a bit. So, and I think we had some disruption to our oxygen flow to the oxalite plant as well. If you remember from the last episode, we had oh, and we still have problems apparently. We're still not getting enough liquid in there. Yeah, we're not getting enough liquid in there. Right, where are we taking liquid from at the moment? That's going down to our oil wells, isn't it? I think I might cancel that, going down to our oil wells, and then change it to, yeah. I'm going to stop that going down to our oil wells because we've got a massive source of water down here that we can tap into and feed the oil wells. I'd rather send that water up to do something useful, aka oxygenation. Right, so now I have to follow the trail and see where we can feed into it. It's coming up from down here. It's coming from that pipe. So really, that's just got to feed into there, hasn't it? So much vestigial piping. Right, so we need a couple of bridges. One down, one up. We can deconstruct all this useless plumbing. Well, I'll probably just use those last 2 end pieces. And we just feed it across there and into that line. Yep, that'll do. Right, what's going on here then? Automation. Tweak that. It's going to let too much in there, I think. Right, okay. So these are puffing out carbon dioxide. Christ, there's a lot of slickster eggs in there. How many of those we got? 14 molten lava eggs. Wow. Well, that vent is open, so that's okay. So we just need to get some more carbon dioxide down there, which is what we're working on at the moment. Right, those 2 filters should be done now. We need to just get a ladder up there so that they can finish building that. We need to dig that out, which will require a couple of ladder segments. Oh wow. See that hot in there? Guess it is. Hoping that the heat exchange between the carbon dioxide and this chlorine will actually cool this down, but it might not. We'll wait and see. It should be set to 1 gram a second. I've had this happen before, where they just refuse to come and set it. Right, that's actually... I think even if it's broken, it will still regulate the flow. I don't think it's actually a problem, but we'll see. Right, that's pumping that. That's pumping that. So we need to put on another gas bridge on both of those. And then we can connect the pipe up and let that go. Right, how are we doing up at our Gassy Moos then? Okay, that's mostly built. Got a couple of bits of pipe there. I'm just going to prioritise those a bit higher so that they get done. In fact, I'm going to prioritise all of that to get it done. And we need a power block to go in there. Some heavy watt conductive wire. No, I was asking for trouble making that out of lead, aren't I? That'll do. Yeah, as I figured. With the lighting and everything else, that's going to give them quite a good decor value. How are we doing in here? Ah, this has cooled down a little bit more now. That's much better. Right, in which case we can send that liquid into there. which was what it was for in the first place before it got to 140 odd degrees. Fabulous, fabulous. We are now making use of things in a lot more productive manner. This often happens, you know, you build something and you know, it's kind of makeshift for the start, and then later on you begin to expand upon your base and you have to completely redo things. Don't be afraid to do that. You know, there is lots of value in fixing stuff that doesn't work quite right. So what have we got here? Why is this not moving? Why are you not moving? Perhaps it's because of this. Let's see. Yep, that's what it was. Oh, that was a bit of chlorine that got through there. Oh well, not to worry, it'll get filtered out. So this then just needs to go, I hope, to there. No, that's not going to work either. So why are you not accepting? That's perfect. Let's taking out the chlorine, taking out the oxygen, and sending on the natural gas and the carbon dioxide, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. What I will need to do is... But you know what? This is only... There's no... Yeah, that doesn't need to go through a filter anymore. So I think what we'll do is we'll just take that pipe up to there and I'll just bridge it across into there. And then that will... That should... I say that, it should work. We'll find out when they build it. So now we've got carbon dioxide heading down to our slicksters. Now we can tidy this lot up a lot, I think. And then we can destroy all of this mess that is up there. Right, so just going to work all this out, which way I can... I think I can see it, but I just want to make 100% sure that I'm doing this right. So this is going through there, that's going through there. So I think this gas pipe can just go straight across to there. And we can snip that. Right, let's snip that then. Yeah, I'm going to need to change that. We'll put that into there and that into there. And then snip that. As soon as that gas finishes going round there, like so, then we snip that. Perfect. Now that means, I'm pretty sure now, right, that's still taking out a gas, but I think everything above there can now be removed. So we'll deconstruct all these gas pipes. And then we can deconstruct the reservoirs. Fantastic. And now we... Oh, look at that. Solid flow of carbon dioxide down there now. That one's got no power apparently, because no, it's okay. We've just got a bit of a brownout going on. Why do we have a brownout going on? Ah, yes, that's right, because this was being tweaked, wasn't it? Right, that should solve that, I believe. We have got a bit of an overload situation there, which I may need to resolve. Loads on that one. Do you know what? That's fine. Right, that's gone. That is just so typical, isn't it? Just after I get that set up, it goes dormant. Right, how are we doing up at Gassy Moos Central? Right, let's sort out these filters. So this one needs to take oxygen. And this one needs to take natural gas. A bit of pipe that can't be reached there, so we'll just add another bit of ladder. That is all starting to look a little bit tidier. Yeah, I'll say. I won't say the rest of the plumbing looks that tidy though. Oh my god. It looks so much better now we got rid of all this junk over here. Right, deconstruct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reclaim all those materials. Right, how are we doing over here? Did we build those blocks? Yes, we did. So now we just need to deconstruct them. And no, actually. That gas has got down to minus 100 now, apparently. Impressive. This sour gas, on the other hand, really hasn't. That flour salad, by the way, is just a product of the roller snakes mod, which obviously we're not. Although it's enabled, we're not actually using it on this playthrough. Good, good. Right, I think we have broken the back of this. We've just got to wait and once they finish this bit of pipe up here. Do we have any errands on there? Yes, Dijon is on the case. Right, I think that now has a complete loop, so we should be. I might have to move that bridge. I'm not sure whether the plumbing will work, but well, we'll find out now, won't we? Not that there is an awful lot of chlorine in there at the moment, because this is going to be dormant for a short while. Just a matter of interest, what have we got in this one? Do we have any chlorine? Yeah, we've got 9.6 kilos of chlorine in there. So we could just put a canister emptier in here. Wasted so much with all the broken pipes, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. We've got little bits of chlorine around, but I just can't be bothered to just try and suck up all those little bits and pump them into there. This, on the other hand, could be worthwhile. We could pump that chlorine into our filtration system, couldn't we? But the chlorine then comes out in there, doesn't it? So that's no good. Arg. We could bottle it up. That would work, wouldn't it? We could just put a canister filler. Especially after we've just... Yeah, that would work. So let's put a canister filler there. And a gas pump down here. With a filter on it, which should also be made of steel because of the steam in here. It's a bit of manual labour, but I'm sure the dupes can manage it. Now, do we have a power line we can tap into? I'm guessing we do somewhere down here, yep. Go, and it's under wattage, so we'll get them to fill that with canisters of chlorine, and then we'll send that chlorine into the canister emptier I've just put over here for the other chlorine. Breathable gas, chlorine 9. Enable auto bottle. There we go. Barbecue, pip eggs, aluminium. I'm going to take the aluminium. Oh God, we've still got massive condensation issues over here. That's like my first flat. Right, how are we doing over here? Well, there's no chlorine sitting in the pipe, so I'm guessing it made its way up there and got fed to the gas grass, which is a good sign. What are you detecting then? Is it oxygen or...? Well, it's not even connected to that gas pump anyway. Why has it got no power? Oh, because you haven't built this yet. Right, so many of you will be saying, what is the point of Gassy Moos? Probably the same number of you will probably have said, well, what's the point of chlorine vents? Well, I'll tell you this. You can actually get more natural gas out of Gassy Moos being fed gas grass fed by a chlorine vent than you can get natural gas out of a natural gas vent. So effectively the long-term cycle effect is you'll get a greater return of natural gas from a chlorine vent than you will get natural gas from a natural gas vent. That's how effective they are. Oh right, we're still breaking pipes, are we? Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, because this one's broken, so it obviously did get too cold there. God damn it. Right. So we'll replace that with ceramic, and we will replace that with granite, because it's obviously too effective. But that, you know, that was what we wanted to know. So, priority 9 those, yeah. I just have priority 9 all these repairs because we've got so much going on, and the cleaners won't get to it unless you put it on a high priority. This is all priority 9 repairs. That's just mess tables. They can be priority 9 for salt. Right, now this ventilation pipe, I believe, is no longer used. Although I could connect it up. And just take the rest of that chlorine out. Because it goes through the chlorine. So there's a lot of steam in there, it'll just continue breaking the pipes, but once that chlorine's gone, I'll just disconnect it and deconstruct all that pipe. Is it just me, or are save games taking a lot longer at the moment since the last patch? Well, that's a bit of chlorine recovery. There's not an awful lot down there, but it'll probably be a headache with all the broken pipes. But, you know, once this is gone, we can just deconstruct all of this lot because it's completely useless now. That's all this section over here. But at the moment we could use the chlorine. Actually, you know what? Complete waste of time running it through that filter because it's just sending the steam down to the slicksters. Let's just send it straight in there because it's that cold in there that that'll just turn it to ice. So anything that's not chlorine will just get turned into solid ice, and then that's done. Right. He's getting scalded. Probably up the top here, isn't it? So we need bridges, don't we? Yes. Bridge, bridge, bridge. Just waiting for this pipe to get built, and I never got around to bridging it. Right. Disconnect the output. Going to bridge it over that one because it's going to take a while for that to actually get moved. That hydrogen, because this is overfilled. What happened was this hydro sensor was connected to here, not to here. So when I originally built it, so it shut off the liquid from going around, and this was breaking pipe. So the liquid wasn't getting pumped out, but it also wasn't shutting off the gas. So this has now got massively overfilled. We've got a large stock of liquid hydrogen there. Never mind, that's all good. It's not like it won't be used. Right. That's pretty good. So we've got that bit of steam down there. Never mind, not to worry. All this pipe's now breaking because obviously it's got steam in it. So yeah. Where's it broken at the top? Yeah, I thought as much. Do that bit priority 9. And then we'll just disconnect this pipe here. Not going to send any more around. Just going to get this lot up here. Got an errand on it. Really? All of this is just bursting down there, so it's because of the steam in the pipe. Right. Instead of repairing it, you can deconstruct it. There you go. We no longer have any need for you. I'm the world's worst at getting rid of old pipes and ladders and stuff like that I just don't need anymore. So I always end up with a bit of a messy base. But today, I'm making it happen. Because this one's got a little bit out of control with... So my plan to cool that down using the cool carbon dioxide has failed. However, like I said, it will continue to work. It's one of those things that overheats and breaks, but still works, which is bizarre. Right, why are our suits not getting any oxygen? What is going on? Right, they've got water. They've got no power. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Oh wow, we've got no power on anything. Why not? Why have we not got any power down here? Ooh. Does that power everything up again? What's going on with those? Why is that ratcheting? That shouldn't be ratcheting. Oh, that's why it's ratcheting. This is not good. Okay, we're going to disconnect some non-essentials here. Just to get the power back in the grid, because we need oxygen and oxygen production. That's kind of critical. Right, this one's only mainly feeding the others. What have we got going here? Right, okay, so we're not getting natural gas because we're not storing the fuel. Come on! That should send some of that in there, which means the pipe isn't blocked, which means I can create more gas. Why have we... I can't believe we haven't got enough natural gas coming in from all the different sources around this. My overflow system has failed because the pipe is missing. That's one of the hugest problems that you face in Oni is deconstructing something. So you want to deconstruct a wall segment, for example, and you do that, and you had it deconstruct all. So you deconstruct a ventilation or a water pipe or something like that. It's one of the biggest mistakes we make as players, I think, is that one. Right, so that one's got no power. So because you've got no power, you can't feed the gas to create the power. It's just so awesome. Yeah, I know you're confined. Don't worry about it. You're only confined because you can't get any Atmo suits. So you just have to deal with it, won't you? This is where it becomes the world's most annoying. Do you know, I've got all this petroleum here. I should just whack in some... I mean, I didn't want to, but I can whack in some petroleum generators if this is... But I mean, this steam has been sufficient for so long. And then we've got this steam over here as well. Oh, this is still... Oh, you're still... Got more polluted oxygen in here. God damn it. Oh, shut up. Gets on my nerves, that does. Right. We'll do it this way this time. Shut up! Bloody mod. Right, so we'll put a power, automation, wattage sensor, and we'll make that out of steel just to make sure. Right, hopefully that polluted oxygen should come up to here now. So if they get natural gas trapped, polluted oxygen trapped in there again, I can just shut the doors, which should kill it, and then reopen them again. And these are running flat out again now, so that's more power. And that's with two vents open. 2 vents open, and they're producing 1.28 kilowatts. That's it, like 5 kilowatt out of those 4 generators. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. These ones are okay. They're running at about 1 kilowatt each, so they're slightly below par. But I think the problem is as they're refining less and less material, we're having less and less heat generated in here. These have got no petroleum. Why have they got no petroleum? We've got, oh, because of max gas pressure. So why am I not? Right, it's this oxygen that's causing it to run that through a filter. Or is it already running through a filter? Yeah, I think it is already running through a filter, so do you know what? Let's drop the pressure, then we can get some petroleum to these petroleum generators, and that will give us a bit more power that way. Oh dear. Right, that's been a bit of a hectic episode, but I think now hopefully this is working. Yep, that's circulating and not breaking. Although that's only because it's so little going around there. Ah, right, okay, so when we get a lot in there, it is actually, I think the tank will balance it out, but it's just got to stay below 100 and above 105. So I think this will sort itself out once it gets a decent flow of chlorine through there. But yeah, we'll see. I think we may have cracked it. Well, it's been an episode of problem solving, but and an episode of tidying up. But I think we've actually made a difference this episode. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're staying safe, and I'll see you all for the next episode. Coach Life out.